camera
Yeah, we do.
a better way to take high definition screen grab.
Bubble camera housing would be perfect for that.
Yeah.
Get a nice, nice camera in there, I think.
Yeah, you know, do you know Dan Fernari?
I think so.
He's a senior researcher at Hui. He's retired now, but he started the MISO facility. It's the Multidisciplinary Instrumentation and Supportive Oceanography Facility. And just builds kind of hyper simple but extremely effective imaging systems, one of which is literally a GoPro inside of a $10,000 housing that takes...
the MISO camera.
Exactly, MISO, yeah, that's what I'm saying, the MISO facility. And yeah, it's amazing pictures for a GoPro.
I have, are you familiar with the Blue Robotics? Their little kind of toy ROV.
I've never seen one, but...
Anyways, so some pretty clever guys are making it's like a $4,000 or $5,000 ROV. But the whole control system is a Raspberry Pi with a little USB camera. So I stuck one of those in an old light housing. And it gets, for a $100 camera, it gets some amazing images.
Awesome.
And it has still capability of I was going to bring it and stick it on Herc, but I didn't have the right penetrator for to match our Ethernet bottle. It's a $1,000 connector. So it's like 10 times as expensive as the whole camera.
Yeah, when we were just at the EPR, we were putting on various MISO cameras on Alvin, but also on an elevator. So we got 4K video footage of Alvin from the elevator.
Oh, sweet. Selfies.
With a GoPro. And it's the best, to my knowledge, and also according to Dan, it's the best selfie 4K video of Alvin. It's pretty amazing how effective those simple but well-designed little systems.
Where did old Alvin go?
Smithsonian.
Yeah?
Well, that's where it was meant to go. I'm not sure if it ever wound up there.
It's funny, you go into the Natural History Museum, and hanging up in the ceiling is a precursor from Ropos. I don't know how that ended up there, but it's kind of funny to see that suspended from the ceiling.
An old vehicle?
Yeah.
Oh.
Canadian one. Well, fine.
One of the original ISE vehicles then?
No, well, yeah.
I thought the old Alvin maybe winded up in Hawaii, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. They also have the old, am I forgetting the name of it, Dan?
Pisces.
Pisces, that's right, Pisces is there. So, let's not get into the discussion of ROVs versus manned submarines. Different trains of thought on that still today. There goes another Jelly and Argus. Those ones are really, seems
Ben.
Argus is getting the better,
Because I'm here.
yeah, what's up? Oh,
I managed to set it up just right.
Yeah.
It's all me.
nice.
I think Ventana just clicked over some amazing amount of dives. I forget what it was. It was an article. Like 10,000 dives or some insane thing like that.
Who was it?
Mbari's ISE vehicle.
Oh.
It's probably it's the same ages, the original Alvin. I don't know if it's that old, but it's from the 90s.
Wow.
Still going.
Too early to shout out to Martin down there?
What's that?
Martin. And Barry.
Sorry, I didn't get it. Say again, Ian?
One of the ROV pilots. Did you do work with him, Barry, all day? No?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Used to go out with them in
You don't know Eric Martin?
back in the 90s. The name's familiar. I know TC and Craig Daw.
Craig, yeah.
No, Eric Martin. We went to URI grad school together.
All the old guys down there.
Eric used to work a lot with Hercules earlier on. With Todd. Was when I first started working with Hercules. It always comes back to me. You see that? And then Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, no, Kevin.
Yeah.
They were right down the road from Schilling, so we used to take our latest creations down there and bolt them on Ventana, take them for a ride.
Nice. So this is warp speed, huh?
This is 30 meters a minute.
Mm-hmm. Time to bottom?
26 minutes and 17 seconds.
Okay. And odds of how close we're going to get. We're going to come right down on top of the bars. Wouldn't that be sweet?
I have a slightly offset 40 or so meters.
Wow.
Land on this bit and approach it.
I brought my old man glasses up so I can read.
Those two waypoints, I'm taking it one of those is the RAS.
Yeah, I have those as the RAS, the bars, and then the dive plane has a slightly different RAS, but it's just like 15 meters different from the, so it's somewhere in here. Somewhere in here. So
somewhere to the east.
Somewhere in this circle.
Have sonar, will travel.
Yeah, if it's got
two
those
of them actually.
floats at the top, maybe we get some signal off of that. But.
Oh, Mark. Oh, I missed that. Hamsterol? I don't even know what that is, Mark. Hamsterol. So for some very sad reason, whenever we end up doing work with bars, we do it between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m., which unfortunately for Marv Lilly in Washington, it's just... Actually, I think there was one time that one year, that was 2 years ago, when we started working on the bars. So I said, well, Marv, at least it's not like the middle of the night. And then he said, well, it is in Switzerland, and that's where I am. But this one's kind of a lot easier because it's not wired in, so we don't have to power it down.
How long does it take measurements for?
Hopefully the full year. It's been slightly more than a year. It's been down there. Or hold on, no, put it down. It's been a year. I think the batteries, it would have lasted about a year and a half. Just the sampling, reduced sampling rate.
What is the sample rate on that thing?
I'm not sure what this one's set to, Dan.
Pretty impressive, a year and a half worth of battery life.
Yeah, I was taking temperature and a resistivity measurement. That's where the R in bars comes from. I don't think we have any of the data guys on that could quickly look that up and tell you. But
Wow, we're already almost 5.
Yeah, so the curve on that thing is
Pretty quick.
still in the vertical part of the curve. So that 5 PSI is 50%, 15 is 75%.
what's bottom depth there, Nico? 23?
23 and change, no, 21 and change.
21 and change.
That's what I got punched in here.
Yep.
2185.
2185, that's right. I actually wrote that in the dive plan. Sorry, that seems like yesterday I did that. I think they had the depth, that's right, the depth was down, as somebody entered it in at 2184.97. I think
No decimal point?
0.97. I was like, okay, so we couldn't round that up to 3 centimeters.
Oh, it was a decimal.
Yeah.
Decimal
Yeah.
points of it.
I think we could be to the nearest meter. 2,000 plus meters of depth.
It's pretty cool here. Our Herc depth is 1.582. Argus is like 2.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it just goes to
Do you like that? Do you like that it goes to kilometers?
ground.
Didn't notice that before.
Yeah.
It's a real helpful number now.
And it's unitless.
Hey, in Gen X, or what are those after Gen X, these new people called?
Millennials.
Millennials. What does BRB mean? Barb?
Back.
Be right back.
Oh, be right back. Okay, all right, that makes sense.
You're aging yourself.
Yeah. Isn't that like a universal code now?
You
It's not
mean
just millennials.
aging yourself, like, you know, putting on my old man glasses, stuff like that? Yeah,
The signs are all there.
yeah. My first pair of prescription glasses 2 years ago,
Oh, wow.
I was wearing them on the Nautilus, and I looked over the rail, and they were in my pocket.
Oh, I was watching that.
Yeah, you got to see the video, did you?
I was watching it up here.
Someone said, "Oh, look," and I leaned over, and it's like, plunk, down they went. That was at Cascadia.
You didn't find them with Herc?
Well, that's just it. We dove down there, and then someone said, "Okay, dive chief, what's this top of the operation? What's the first thing we're doing?" And I said, "We're looking for my glasses."
Let's get a sonar hit on those.
Yeah, I should have put a beacon on them.
We found Lindsay's hat when we were looking
yeah.
for Amelia's airplane.
Oh, you're kidding.